Hi, welcome back to the Wealth Optimization Workshop. Scott Collier, the Call Dog here. Real excited to be touching on a couple of unique strategies when it comes to your life insurance and mortgage protection planning. So a concept called the money back mortgage insurance concept. Want to be clear, this is not the right fit for everybody. Typically, people are better to personally own their coverage rather than through the creditor. We talked about that. Most of the time when they personally own their mortgage protection, it is term. The term length matching or mirroring how long they expect to pay off their mortgage. So definitely that's a common concept, but some people really love this money back mortgage insurance idea, and so if it's relevant for you, I want you to at least be aware of it so that you can take advantage of an opportunity. So typically, on the money back mortgage insurance idea, you would use what we talked about before, universal life, or maybe another type of permanent plan, rather than term. Most of the time people use term, like I said, term 10, term 20, term 30, depending on how long they're going to pay down their mortgage. So most of the time they're here, but with this strategy, what you're doing is by buying term and investing the difference in the same plan, right? Term can seem more economical. Don't get hung up on these numbers. These numbers are completely dependent on your age, male, female, your health issues, all kinds of things factor into it. I'm just using these numbers as an example. But let's say your term is $30 per month. Pretty economical protection. Here's the challenge though. Pay that for 12 months out of a year. Maybe you have a mortgage for 20 years before you pay it off. That's $7,200 that you've now spent on your mortgage protection. Now if you had the mortgage for 1 month and then you passed away, you had $30, now just paid off your $250,000 mortgage. Excellent, okay? But what if you don't die? And it's far more probable that you outlive your mortgage. You have the protection just in case to keep the home for the family. But what if you outlive it? You've now spent $7,200 on something that never paid out. Does that make sense how I explain that? Now let's look at using these types of strategies where you have term and investment options to build out a permanent plan. You've got certain flexibilities there, but depending on the rate of return or interest that you're getting inside your plan, you would get a portion of your money back, or potentially all of your money back, or even more than what you actually invested in the plan. So you're getting mortgage protection just like here, so if you die, it pays off that debt for you. But if you don't pass away, then 20 years down the road, or whatever time you choose, you can take that buildup of investment money, that cash value, back out of the policy, out of that policy reserve or the premium fund. So maybe you spent $100 a month here though, instead of $30. So that's $1,200 a year. That's $24,000 now in that example that you spent instead of this. If you pass away, it pays off the $250. You don't pass away, you may get all or even more than what you invested into that plan, depending on how your investment money grew inside of that plan. So like we said, often people are going to be here and that's just fine. But for people that are saying, I don't want to lose this money if I don't pass away during my mortgage, I want to make sure that if I have protection just in case, but if nothing happens to me, then I'm also getting an investment value back and that it was a good investment and use of my money. If that's something that makes sense for you, by all means, give me a call, can chat further, I can clarify things for you, or chat with your current advisor about whether or not this kind of planning might be good for you. Hope that makes sense. We'll talk to you soon.